Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Tuesday, May 5th, 2015, around 7:01 in the morning. Billerica, Massachusetts. It's going to be another nice and sunny day. Highs in the mid-70s. Great stretch of weather. Several days of 70s and 80s. Taste of summer. Some news to report. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Boston Red Sox by a score of 5-1. Handling Morales is day-to-day with a shoulder injury. The Chicago Bulls and Los Angeles Clippers won Game 1 of their playoff series in the NBA. They're up 1-0. The Capitals spanked the Rangers. The Capitals are up 2-1 in their Stanley Cup series. And it's Happy Cinco de Mayo in the United States and Mexico. And that's about it on the news. My first video subject today is going to be about a two-parter. And this is a video blog that a lot of people have been requesting. Since I've been doing these video blogs, I've been talking about almost everything. Memories about this, sports stuff, entertainment, sports entertainment, personality profiles, you name it. I've talked about this. I talked about them. And now I'm going to talk about something that I used to be a part of when I was growing up in Billerica, Massachusetts. The memories of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. I was a member there from 1990 through 1995. Some of the best moments of my teenage years happened at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. And so many great staff members I'm going to remember here and tell you about. Positive stuff, because it's a positive place for kids, the club that beats the streets, and great futures start here. The history of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica: it opened in 1975, located on Campbell Road in Billerica, which is off of Concord Road. It was built a very small facility, but it had a swimming pool and a games room and an activity room and a gym. But like the gym had floor, like the gym's roof was flat because it was built with a flat roof, like a warehouse roof and stuff like that. And the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica was located next to fields, the Lamson fields, football fields, the baseball and softball fields, tennis courts, a basketball court. And during the warm weather months, the kids would go outside and play in those fields, which was pretty good of advantage for many other clubs. And the first memories I have of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, I went in there in December of 1990 when I moved from Somerville, Massachusetts, and I walked in the door for the first time, and I met a few staff members. The first staff member I met was then program director Kathy Clark. Kathy was like a very, very great lady and stuff. She was the program director from the time I was there until about a year later in 1991, September 1991. She was a great person, and she was very impressed about my sports statistics and stuff like that. I have very good memories of Kathy Clark, and I worked with her for the first summer. I was a CIT at the summer camp of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica in 1991. Summer of 1991, I had a blast doing that as a CIT for the first summer there. And great memories of Kathy Clark. Another great memory I have of a staff member of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica is a guy named Darryl Fraze. Darryl Fraze worked at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica for many years. I met him in 1990 when I first went down there. He was then the gym director and stuff. He's a great guy and stuff like that. He's another one that was impressed with my sports statistics and stuff like that. He worked for the club for many years until 1992 when he left to go to the Nashua Boys and Girls Club. And I have great memories of Darryl Fraze. Another great memory I have of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, another staff member, is Bob Redding, who was the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. He was the executive director. from like 1998 through 1993. He originally came from other Boys and Girls Clubs, mainly down in the southern part of the United States, because he's from there. And Bob Redding was probably one of the greatest leaders of the Boys and Girls Club Greater Billerica at that time. He was a very fun guy. I used to rib him a lot, to tell him very stats and stuff, and sometimes I got a little mischief with him, and he would always say, "Go find something to do," or if it's a good idea, he says that's a possibility and stuff like that. Well, another funny memory I have of Bob Redding is on one time in 1992 when he was running a Connect 4 tournament. I wasn't part of the Connect 4 tournament, but nobody noticed somebody had a Connect 4, and I noticed it, and I had to tell Bob, and he had to end the Connect 4 tournament. That was so funny. It was kind of outside interference in the world of professional wrestling. But Bob Redding was such a great guy. When he left the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, he actually took me out to lunch, and then he gave me made a jacket that says the Boys and Girls Club Greater Billerica. I still have that jacket, even though it doesn't fit anymore. It's hung up in my closet. So I had great memories of Bob Redding of the Boys and Girls Club Greater Billerica. He's pretty the best. Another staff member I have great memories about the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica was Mike Goodwin. Mike Goodwin worked for the Boys and Girls Club for many years, starting off as like a camp counselor, then he became a gym director, and then he became the program director. Eventually he became the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. He was a very great guy. I told him a lot of ribs and stuff, jokes, especially television and sports. He would call some classic television shows very cheesy. He's a very fun guy. One rib that Mike Goodwin did years ago, it was an April Fool's Day joke that he was kind of acting that he got blind because he got shampoo in his eyes and stuff, so he kind of acted blind that day on April Fool's Day, but it was very funny and stuff like that. Great guy Mike Goodwin is. He actually nominated me for the 1994 Youth of the Year, and that's pretty amazing. And Mike's still with the Boys and Girls Club, and he was like a director of the New England region and stuff like that. So Mike Goodwin's a very great guy. I have a great memory of him. Another person I had as a great memory of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica was the executive director who replaced Bob Redding in 1993 by the name of Tom Duane. Tom always worked for Boys and Girls Clubs. He worked in Waltham and a few others. Tom Duane was very great and stuff, and he was very impressed with my baseball statistics and sports statistics and football statistics. Tom Duane was a very big football fan and stuff like that, and he was a great leader for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica for about 4 years and stuff. Many good memories about Tom Duane. He actually promoted the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica on local access television, BATV. He started to bring the fun clubs, which was an after-school program for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, which was held for many years inside the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. He branched all of those after-school programs out from the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica to the elementary schools of Greater Billerica, so the kids could stay after school in their home, elementary schools, from kindergarten through 5th grade after school program, so he branched them out as well. Tom now works at other Boys and Girls Clubs, but it was a great guy to have. I have very great memories of him. Another person that I have very fondness of the Boys and Girls, of my times with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. Another staff member, was the program director there for a few years, from 1991 through 1993, was Melissa Hurley. Melissa Hurley was a very, very great lady and stuff like that. I always would impress her with my, sports statistics and stuff. I used to rib her a lot as well, which was pretty funny and stuff. And, Melissa was a very positive influence and positive role model for me and stuff like that. And she was very, 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 very great lady and stuff like that. When she left the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, I actually said a speech about her like saying goodbye to her and stuff like that. She's gonna remember that about me always. And I actually signed the speech for her. Very nice lady she was. She's now a teacher in Andover public schools and stuff like that. So I have great memories about her. Another great memory I have of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, another staff member is a lady by the name of Tracy Tunstall. Tracy Tunstall worked for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica for many years, from like the late 80s through the early 90s. She was like a counselor for the fun club and then the summer camps, which was pretty good. She was very impressed on my sports skills and sports things. Another lady I used to live with her a lot, very good, and she's like a big Celtics fan and stuff, so I have great memories about Tracy Tunstall and stuff like that. Another great memory I have of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica is the Torch Club. The Torch Club was like a community service group that was part of the like Boys and Girls Club for like kids and stuff. A lot of great people in that Torch Club, including Bobby and Dickie Ackroyd, Marie DeMago, Ryan Sullivan, Brandy Bucknell, Kanasha, Tommy Clancy, Troy Pierre, Steve McCarthy, James Langell, so many others. It was a very great group to have with all these kids and stuff like that. We would always like kind of volunteer when they had the elementary school dances, like be bathroom monitors or run the snack bar or like dance and stuff, and do other things like help out with the ghost walk and other community service stuff throughout the club and the community and stuff like that. A lot of the people who were part of the Torch Club eventually worked for the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica for the summer months, and eventually they became employees of the club. A few of them, like Bobby and Dickie, are still there with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica and stuff like that. And a lot of like the members of the Torch Club eventually became Youth of the Years, including me and so many others. So it was like a very big building block for the members of the club to be in the Torch Club and stuff like that. I think it still continues today. The Torch Club and stuff, like all the members of the Torch Club, all Boys and Girls Clubs around, they eventually get hired as summer camp staff members for their various clubs and stuff. So very great memories of the Torch Club. We would always go on trips to like skiing or camping or whatever. Those camping trips were fun. Those ski trips were fun. They were pretty amazing times to be part of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. Another fun memory I have of Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica. Another staff member, Joe Horahan. He worked at the club for many years. He was actually a member at first and stuff. Eventually did some maintenance around the club when I was there, and Joe Horahan had a great collection of business cards. He would always collect business cards, and I used to collect business cards as well. Used to love to play ribs on Joe Horahan and stuff. He's a very, very great guy. He runs a few businesses around town, and he's a great guy, Joe Horahan. That's another staff member I have as fondness. Another great staff member I have a lot of fondness of is David Schultz, who was actually the aquatic director of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica for about a few years. Yeah, and I used to swim a lot at the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Billerica, and Dave was a great like aquatics director. He actually was deaf, and he was actually on the USA deaf polo team and stuff like that. and he actually was kind of a great ribber and stuff, a very fun guy and stuff, even though his handicap was like hard, a little hard, but he managed to, like, with the pole and stuff. Very amazing guy Dave Schultz was, and I have great memories of him and stuff like that. And that will be about it on part 1 of the stories of the Boys and Girls Club Great Billerica memories of the staff members. Part 2, I have a few more memories of people there. I have to tell you more about them, and it's going to be real fun and stuff like that. So it will be a few minutes before my part 2 of them. And have a good day, everybody. Bye now.